What's up, guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome you to Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries Part 2. In this video, we are going to be finishing up Mercenaries by getting the S rank in all of the hard stages this time. Last time we did the easy stages. Next time, or now, we're doing the hard stages. Yeah, we're going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in this video, which is super exciting. So the first two, areas, like the village and the castle, I kind of relied on the pistol or the handgun a little bit too much. I didn't really, I struggled with the village section, the first section. I also struggled with the castle section, but surprisingly, I said in the last video that, when you're doing these stages on hard, you really can't mess up at all. Like, the margin for error is, a lot smaller than it is in the normal difficulties. But that honestly couldn't be further from the truth, I guess, because I made plenty of mistakes in these runs of each individual area, and I was still able to get the remaining S ranks. I'm basically using Chris Redfield, and I'm going to be using his melee ability a lot in this wave of hard stages. So this first level really isn't that hard at all. It's super easy. It's probably the easiest one in the entire game, and I just want to reemphasize, just like I did in the last video, you only need to play through the first 4 stages of Mercenaries on normal and hard, and you have to get an S rank on just the first 4 stages. You don't need to play through the 5th stage, which is the Mad Village, and I don't even know what the 6th stage is. I didn't even try it, actually, to be honest. I did try out the 5th stage, but I'm not going to show it to you guys because back when I was trying it out, I didn't even know that I didn't even have to play through it, so I don't even think I actually completed it. I mean, if you guys saw the last video, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of this mode, but yeah, enough complaining. So I was lucky enough to get Auto Onslaught there. Auto Onslaught basically automatically fills up your Onslaught meter for you, so you don't have to, get rapid kills in order to build up your Onslaught meter. You can, but it automatically builds up for you. And we're going to be using Onslaught a lot in these hard stages. So yeah, part of succeeding here, like normal mode, is basically making sure that you do your best to keep your combo meter up, and also a lot of it is also just getting lucky with the items, or not the items, the abilities that you get. So in a lot of ways, it is very much RNG. I don't do too much crazy strat stuff in these first 2 areas. Like I said, I kind of just rely a little too heavily on the pistol. Don't mess around with the assault rifle that much. But once we get to the factory section, that section freaking sucks. I literally spent hours trying to get through that section, and I did employ a very specific technique that I learned from a YouTuber, and I'm going to be shouting him out and mentioning him when we get there, of course, because I would not have earned this legendary cowboy trophy if it wasn't for him. The easy mode, the normal modes were easy enough, and honestly I kind of blasted through them, but I just was not prepared for how annoying some of these stages were going to get later on when we came back and did them again. But again, this first village area really is not that tough, so we're upgrading our straight punch now in supplies. I did also purchase I believe it was the Energized Guns perk, which you get for completing 25 activities or objectives in Mercenaries. odds are, if you've made it up here to this point and you've died and restarted the stages over and over and done them over and over again, like I had at that point, because I didn't get even my normal runs on my first attempt. Some of them I did have to reload and restart multiple times. You'll be able to unlock that perk basically in the I believe the main menu, the same place that you go to like buy every other like bonus ability in this game. So the second stage is a little bit trickier just because the terrain is, not as open. It's more confined. And yeah, like I said, I mean, I was super over-reliant on the pistol when I was doing this, as you can see, but also trying to get my practice in with those melee kills. Melee kills do help build up your onslaught meter a lot faster, or, at a quicker rate than if you are to, like, just use guns. So, I mean, keep that in mind. If you don't have enough lay to purchase the energized gun, like, perk, then always melee the enemies. I like to get their health down to a certain, like, little sliver of health, and then I run up and melee them. And obviously, you want to run through most of this because, you got to keep that combo meter up. But, yeah, I mean, for this first area, or first, like, region, like, the village, like, part 1, I did pretty well, I think, I would say, The castle, I do not know how, but I somehow got a double S rank on the castle section, and I was, like, messing up badly in the castle. I mean, you guys are going to see, because literally, like, the next area that we're going to be going to after we finish these stages. But, like, yeah, I lost my combo meter here, by the way, because it took a little too long to get this guy, but at this point, it's okay. It's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, in the last video, I basically said that you have to be consistent throughout every single stage, but the thing that I guess I learned while playing through these on the hard mode is that if you can have a really, really good, like, run of that first stage, and even maybe the second stage, you can pretty much just, like, coast through the rest of the stages and easily get that S rank. I mean, it's the double S rank and the triple S ranks that are actually harder to get. The S rank is, like, nothing compared to those ranks. But, again, this is, still the first area of the game, so, don't, like, again, I'm just going to say, don't expect to go into this and get through it on your first try. If it is your first time doing it, you probably are going to have to restart a couple of times, but it's better to just prepare yourself, and memorize, like, the spawn locations and figure out your own strategy so that you don't have to constantly be failing your run, like, 2 to 3 stages in. You could just restart that first stage until you have that really good run, and then just coast on through the rest of it, basically, like, cruise through the rest of it. So I'm stocking up on rifle ammo here. And yeah, later on when we get to the factory, I'm going to use this other perk. Actually, it's a ability that you can unlock. And I think you only really... what ability am I going to get here? Let's see. Out of reach. I don't know what that is. I guess that's distance shots. I think that's distance shots do more damage. I get this perk or ability basically called... I forgot what it was called, but it's basically like every single time you're about to run out of ammo on your Dragoon, if you melee an enemy, you pretty much get all of your ammo back and get, like, a free reload, even if you don't have the ammo. So, like, it is such an overpowered ability that basically gives you infinite ammo as long as you can constantly, get melee kills on enemies, And that strat really, really helped me through the second half of these hard stages, but we're still in the first half, and there's really not much to commentate on here. I actually do pretty good here. I think I get all the way up to like the last enemy, and then I lose the combo. And I mean, I was playing super recklessly, but again, I don't care about this mode. And at this point, I just wanted to like get through it and be done with it. So I was just like, fuck it. If I have to take some hits, then as long as I don't die, I'm chilling. There are even some of these areas, like the castle, for example, where I didn't even like finish the stage because I like either ran out of ammo or realized like, oh hey, I already have enough points, so I can literally just progress to the goal and like be done with this challenge, move on to the next one. I mean, if you don't really need to stick around and you're just trying to go for the S rank, fuck it. Just either force the enemies to kill you and like actually die, or just speed run towards the goal and get out of there and be done with the level, because at that point you've already got the S rank. There's really no need to like stress yourself out or frustrate yourself even more on this mode that is just not fun. I mean, this mode is very like much like kind of how I felt. I mean, I guess they're not really comparable, to be honest. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but I was gonna say like Resident Evil 4 remake. When I was playing that game on hardcore, like for the first time, I liked it. But then when I did my second playthrough and was playing the game on professional, I was dying so much that I grew to just like hate Resident Evil 4 for like a period in time. I was like, I fucking hate this game just because this mode is like so unforgiving and I can't handle it, basically. And a similar thing kind of happened to me with this mode. Like, I was so bored through a majority of this that, I kind of grew to, like, not like this game. But thankfully, this was, like, the last thing that I did in the game. I mean, it's not the last thing you guys are going to see from me. So here we got a triple S rank. Yes, I messed up all those times and still got a triple S rank. So here we're purchasing the Dragoon and we're upgrading stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was good for me to like finally be done with this game by the time I like got to the end of this. And basically what I was saying is this was the last thing I did, but you guys still have not seen everything that I've done for this game, because I also still have the Shadows of Rose DLC to play through, and that's probably going to be like 3 to 4 parts. I can't really tell you guys how long that's going to be, but I'm going to split it up into multiple parts, and I'm actually excited to get into that because I feel like I've just been doing so much bonus content for this game that I haven't like worked on story stuff for like a minute now, and it's going to feel good to like go back and actually have something like story related to like sink my teeth into with the editing before we're like done with the game. And then we're gonna transition to RE9 after that. Man, I'm so excited, dude. I wish it was coming out at least like 2 weeks earlier, because like if it was, my dad's gonna be out of town for like 3 days and I'm gonna have like the house to myself and I could literally just like play the game then. But it's not coming out then, sadly. It's coming out at the end of the month, but whatever. I'm going to play the game regardless. So, yeah, this is a pretty short first stage here for the castle. There's only 19 enemies here, and as you can see, I'm already like playing like super sloppily here, relying on the pistol. I really should have used the guide that I was, watching at this point. I was watching the same guide, the same YouTuber that helped me get through the later stages, but I wasn't like fully following his advice. I was just doing a couple of things that he was doing in his video and kind of playing the rest of it my own way. So here we got Absolute Onslaught. I don't remember what that does, but I know it's, has something to do with Onslaught. I mean, duh, go figure. So I lost my combo meter there. I don't know how much time I really had to like get another kill, but it seemed like, it went away super quick though. So, like that time. Sometimes it seems like the onslaught meter runs out, like, not the onslaught meter, the combo meter runs out like so freaking quick. And other times it feels like they give you like so much time. I keep saying like. So shoot this flower sack here. Come in here and grab an ability. I got lucky. I got the agile ability, which allows you to move faster, like Sonic. I'm just kidding. Is that really the only fast game you can compare this to? Like, geez. I mean, it's not really like our speed gets improved that much. It doesn't even really look like it does, but whatever. I punched that guy in the fucking armpit. That probably sucked. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the areas where I didn't finish all of the stages. Like, I don't know, it's not the next one. It's the one after the next one with all of the boss battles and stuff. Like, I literally ran out of ammo and couldn't finish off the boss, so I just had to like make a run for the goal. But at that point, it didn't really matter because we had a whole other stage to go through, and I already like had the S rank. I technically could have just like given up. Now you have to either let the enemies kill you, I believe, or you have to finish the stage one way or another to get that S rank, but it doesn't really matter. I feel like the reason why this section, the castle section, is easier to get the S ranks is because they put like a lot more, like put like more boss battles in your path here, and there are more stages too. So it's like you have plenty of opportunities to like fail here. I ended up getting I need to like slow down when I'm talking sometimes. I feel like I just like, you know, speed through what I'm saying and you guys don't get to hear like, I keep saying like, you guys don't get to hear like fully what I was about to say. I just did it again. I said like again. Jeez. Can I go a whole minute without saying like? Let's see. So this part here is probably like, dude, I just did it. I just said like, jeez. Wow, I didn't even make it through a sentence without saying like. This is a pretty good section to hold out in here because it's very open compared to the rest of the castle. And I don't know if there's anything up the stairs. I can't really remember. But with this stage in particular, it feels like they just throw all of the enemies at you like pretty much immediately. You know, like they throw at least like half of the enemies at you in this like parlor section. And see, now I can't say like without just getting irritated. Jeez, what is wrong with me, dude? Oh man, I feel like one of these lichens right now. Like lichens. No, oh my god, that was awful. I should just retire my channel right now. But I'm not going to. I probably might take a break after I get this video done because I've done 12 videos in the past like 5 to 6 days now, and I'm feeling like super tired today, man. One of my eyes is fucking bloodshot red. I have like a bursted like blood vessel or something like that. I don't freaking know. Either that or I'm just like sleep deprived, but whatever. I have no idea what that ability was. Oh, that was the corpse detonate one where enemies can blow up when you kill them with weapons, basically. So weapons. I saw weapons finally for the first and only time. I don't even know when I watched it. I watched it a couple of months ago, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't really like weapons that much. I thought weapons was super overrated. I mean, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's all, this is like such an insane story and such clever writing, all the different perspectives that eventually intersect with one another and the storylines converge. It's like, how many times have we seen that done though? And the same director has done it before in his previous movie, Barbarian. He did the exact same thing. he made you think like, oh, the beginning of the movie, like the first 30 to 40 minutes is all about this chick, and then after the really really scary part happens, he just cuts away, and now we're following what's his name, Justin Lang or whatever his name is, and it's just like, okay, it just feels like a completely different movie now, and that's kind of how I felt about Weapons. It does when you do that, it's so hard, I feel, to do that, to play around with, the non-linear editing like that in movies, that unless you're like Quentin Tarantino in like Pulp Fiction, it's like almost impossible to do it without the movie itself not even feeling like a movie, if that makes any sense. Like, Weapons didn't really feel like a coherent movie. I mean, it was coherent, but like it just didn't feel like a traditional movie to me, because they kept cutting back and forth, like right when it was about to get good, they would cut to like the next character, and then we'd go back in time or forward. It's just like, dude, are you trying to like kill the momentum here and make the most tonally inconsistent movie ever? I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. The whole out of order thing, multiple perspectives thing. I feel like people hyped that movie up, and when I finally watched it at home on my phone, I was just like, yeah, it was fine. I didn't hate the movie, but the characters, just like most other horror movies, because not a single writer or director can seem to get this right in horror movies, they made choices that were no one in real life would have made. They just did it simply because they had to figure out a way to progress the plot, and so they're like, fuck it, we'll have this main character act like an idiot for a second. I just wish that we could get more clever horror movies, because they do exist. They are out there. There are plenty of like horror movies where the characters are smart and things that happen are not really their fault. It's just that what they're up against is so either unnatural or just like so improbable that it is forcing them to just basically go full survivor mode. I don't even know if I'm making a good point right now. It's midnight now, 12:04, February 1st now, which is crazy. But yeah, I didn't really like Weapons that much. I was kind of whatever about it. And this, what I'm about to say right now, if anyone has seen the movie and likes the movie, you might be a little upset by what I'm about to say for the next however many minutes, but I have also seen Sinners, and before I give my thoughts, I feel like the best route here during this part is to basically hang a right and come down this way and go up the stairs in front of us. That way, you're not going too long without running into enemies, basically, and you can keep that counter up as long as possible. Ideally, you want to keep it up until, the very, very end, but I ran out of ammo on one of the daughter fights and was running around desperately trying to find ammo, but ultimately couldn't find ammo and just basically decided to like end it. Yeah, this was one of those stages, but here we go, finishing reload. Oh, I didn't grab it. I should have grabbed that. Finishing reload is basically the ability where if you're running low on ammo, like I said before, and you melee an enemy, you'll get all of your ammo back like for free, basically. You don't need to have it in your inventory. You get like basically infinite ammo as long as you keep meleeing. But yes, circling back to what I brought up like a minute ago, Sinners. I have finally watched Sinners. I watched Sinners about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and just like Weapons, I'm just gonna say it, I felt like Sinners was incredibly overrated. I just am not a big Ryan Coogler fan, to be honest with you guys, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't really I've never really been into his movies. Granted, I have not seen Fruitville Station. I feel like if I did see that movie, I would absolutely love it and probably be like my favorite movie of his because it just seems like the most like I don't know. It's just like that's like kind of like an Oscar movie, you know, where like all the performances are really amazing and everything and the writing's great. But I haven't watched it, you know. Excuse me. I've seen Creed, and Creed was probably my favorite movie of his. I would say next to I mean, yeah, I mean when I look back at his movies, yeah, I guess Sinners is probably is one of his better movies, but like I just honestly wasn't I didn't vibe with Sinners at all. I mean, for one, I first of all, I just want to say I can watch slow movies and be entertained, but I felt like that movie in particular did not need to be like 2 hours and 18 minutes long or however fucking long it was. They could have cut like 15 to 20 minutes out of that movie easily. It just felt like the movie took so long to get to like the vampire stuff. Seriously. I mean, they spent the entire like first hour and 15 to like hour and 20 minutes introducing you to all the characters, building everything up, and finally once the vampire starts like stuff starts, it just I don't know. I'd kind of like lost my interest at that point. You know, I just the performances were great. Michael B. Jordan is a freaking amazing actor. I loved Haley Steinfeld. Is that her name? Is it Haley Steinfeld or Haley Steinfeld? I think it's Haley Steinfeld. But overall, like I just don't understand how the movie is getting so many nominations because like it was good. Like I could recognize that it was a competently made, like very well shot, directed like film, but I just didn't care for it. You know, I mean, like I said, I've seen Sinners, I've seen Creed. I thought Creed was good, but I've only seen it once. I literally don't remember anything about it. I wasn't a fan of Black Panther, you know. I don't like the first Black Panther. I think that movie is also overrated. I just am not a Ryan Coogler fan. And, you know, some people are going to look at that and be like, oh, you're a racist because, you know, you're white and you don't like this. You know, no, okay? No. That has nothing to fucking do with it, okay? I love fucking Jordan Peele, okay? Jordan Peele, the guy who did Get Out, Us, and Nope. Some of my favorite fucking movies, man. I love those movies. I just don't really vibe with Ryan Coogler that much. I mean, yeah, Sinners is probably one of his better attempts yet, but I just felt like they also focus so heavily on like the music and like the blues music, and I guess I've never really been a fan of blues music, so I guess it didn't really impact me that much, or I didn't vibe with it as much as most people. And I mean, whenever I watch a movie or a show and I want to like discuss it with people, I get into conversations online on Reddit and Threads. Yeah, I'm one of those losers. I probably shouldn't do it, but whatever. I mentioned that I wasn't like a huge blues fan, so like the music didn't really like resonate with me that much. And some fucking brain dead single track minded person, one track minded guy was all like, well, if you're not a blues fan, then why would you watch a movie that has blues music in it? It's like, bro, shut the I'm just so tired, dude. It's like, if you don't agree with me and you want to argue with me, okay, let's go. Let's argue. Let's fucking debate this shit. But when you throw out the laziest fucking arguments, I have to block you at that point and just ignore you completely. It's like you're throwing out the brain dead, just lazy fucking arguments. That is not even a good argument, It's like if you want to argue my opinion, then You know, you can do that, but like, don't throw out the whole, well, if you knew you weren't going to like it, well, you know. And I responded by basically saying, I gave him like a super sarcastic response and was all like, yeah, you know what? You're right, man. Ryan Coogler should just restrict his audience to all of his fans and no one else is allowed to watch it. And then I basically broke the act by ending the comment saying, do you realize how stupid that question is? And the guy was all like, Ryan Coogler's movies are available for anyone to watch, or like he said something like that, and then he was all like, your comment was ignorant and blah blah blah, and I was just like, okay, whatever, man. Blocked, you know, and I blocked him. I don't know why I engage with these people, man. I'm probably arguing with children at the end of the day because their arguments are so fucking weak. It's just like, why do I even try? Like, I like discussing positively, like, with people, but, like, when it takes a turn into, like, me just expressing my thoughts and someone doesn't agree with me and they just want to, like, get angry at me and act immature and childish just because they don't agree, it's like, what are you doing with your life at that point? I mean, I haven't made the best choices the past year and a half, but, you know, I'm making do still, and I'm still pushing forward and working hard in certain areas. But yeah, whatever. How did I even get here, man, to this conversation? I don't know how long I've been talking about Sinners and Reddit and threads, but yeah, overall, I don't really see what was so special about the movie. Maybe it was just, it seems like there's so many movies coming out now where it's like, if you don't watch it in theaters, you're not getting the full experience. So therefore, watching it at home, you know, you might enjoy it to an extent, but you're not going to enjoy it anywhere near as much as you did as if you were to like see it in the theater. Maybe if I would have seen Sinners in the theater, then I would have enjoyed it more, but watching it at home, I didn't really enjoy it that much, you know. I did think it was better than Weapons, though. I'll say that right now. It felt like an actual movie and a story, and not this like experimental. Let's jump from the traumatized teacher to, you know, the upset dad to the fucking junkie to the cop, and it's just like, oh, this is all one story. But it's like, bro, like, are you trying to give me tonal whiplash? I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to sound like an idiot, but like, or anything. Like, I can watch confusing ass movies, but still, I don't know. It's just, I didn't really vibe with that movie that much. So now we're into the factory area, and the YouTuber that I used here to help me out with this, his name is Opti Noob, by the way. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce his name, but I'm going to put his profile up on the screen so you guys can see who he is. This section, the factory, is freaking annoying here. So you're going to want to start off by building up your onslaught meter, and the best way to do that is by meleeing enemies. I don't have the finishing reload yet, but I'm going to get it by luck. Basically, what the advice that he gave, and I'm going to, you know, reiterate, you have this blue orb up here that you come to in the beginning, and basically they give you like 3 chances to re-roll the orb and see if you can get a different ability. And if you don't get the finishing reload here, then it's best to just press pause and restart. Remember, most of the abilities stack, so once you have the ability, you don't have to like go through the effort of like getting it again. But yeah, there's like 64 enemies here in this section, and we're making our way up this way first. We're going to shoot this barrel here, and just always melee. You can also stomp too, but you know, you don't really see people doing the stomp move in this mode that much because it's very time consuming, and you kind of are like frozen in this animation like Silent Hill F. I'm just kidding. I'm only bringing that up because I'm literally, you know, editing that playthrough right now. But yeah, I mean, I know it sounds super basic, but if you just do what I do here and just keep practicing, then you should be able to get through this section at a certain point. Like, you will have that lucky run eventually. You know, this doesn't seem like it's that hard just by watching it, but trust me when I say it is hard. You know, and you don't want to waste your onslaught. You want to save it. I like to save it for either the moments where I'm like completely overwhelmed, or what's it called? There's like too much distance between where I'm at in the map and where the next enemy is, and I want to keep my combo meter going. So I'll use it to increase my movement speed and basically just haul ass. So I am pausing a couple times here to look at the guide to help me out, but at a certain point I'm just going to play the rest of it without pausing. And yeah, I mean, once you figure out a good method like to get through this, this mode, you know, is very doable. Run down here to get this blue orb. I think I got what did I get here? Thick skin. Yeah, I think I got thick skinned. Actually, out of bounds. There's an enemy right here. I got a headshot on him. I always run by this guy like first, so that when you're coming back through this area, you have an enemy to kill before the combo meter runs out, as usual, and just keep moving down this way. Pretty soon they're going to throw all three of the freaking daughters at us in the middle of Heisenberg's factory, which is super freaking random, but it's Mercenaries, man. Who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I would have liked to have gotten into this mode, but I just feel like I took too much time to like record this game and too much time to edit this game that I when I did get back to playing this mode, I just wanted to like rush through it and get it done, you know? Maybe if I took my time more and like really tried to get invested in it, I could have enjoyed the mode a little bit more. But it just feels like one of those modes where you have to like learn it inside and out to really get good at it. So we got the first daughter here. She usually comes running around this corner, and she got my ass there. But I'm just going to unload on her with Onslaught, and yeah, pretty soon the other two daughters are going to come out, and I kind of got lucky with them because they came out at such a perfect moment that they were like both running through this doorway at the same time, and they kind of got like stuck, and I was basically able to just unload on them. See, they're behind me right now trying to attack me. I got lucky here because I got the Gruesome Gourmet, which is for basically recovering. You recover HP as you shoot enemies, and I was able to turn around and successfully take care of both of them, which is lucky. You know, that the likelihood of you getting that lucky is, you know, pretty low. I mean, it's not that low, but you just have to practice, honestly. Like everything else in this game, you have to practice, you know? I wonder if RE9 is going to have a Mercenaries mode. I never tried out the Mercenaries mode in RE4 either, only because there weren't any trophies in it, and I already put like a shit load of like hours into that game that I just said, fuck it. But I am genuinely curious. But yeah, we're pretty much in the home stretch here. There are only 2 stages for the factory section, as you guys know, if you saw the normal difficulty video. I completely ran past the like drill head boss guy, which was super stupid of me. I don't know if I was like intentionally doing that, but yeah, we're getting the adrenaline ability here, and I had a little bit of trouble getting this guy. He almost killed me, but thankfully we did all right in the end. So it just took me a really long time to freaking kill this guy. So, but as you can see, I have like 11 minutes right now, and I started off the map with freaking, I think like 5 minutes. So that just shows you that my I don't even know if you would call it a KD ratio in this mode, but like my KD ratio, we'll just call it that, even though this is not Call of Duty. My KD ratio has been a lot better. Um, that I've accrued like a lot more points basically. So yeah, I used this barrel up here to kill the drill head guy. I basically figured, you know what, since I have so much time already, I just would take this guy out anyway because he's like the last enemy or one of the last enemies. Now he's the last enemy. But he does this like fire spitting attack, so just get out of the way when he does that, obviously. And it does take some time for him to get over here, annoyingly. But once we kill him, we're pretty much going to move on to the second stage. And this is one of those instances where I did so well in this first stage, got so many points that, you know, the second stage I could pretty much just like half-ass most of it and not have to worry about failing the S rank at that point. I think this is the only area in the game where I got a single S rank. You have to get 500. Actually, I already have more than enough here. So I could have just gave up at this point, but I didn't. I just said, fuck it, we'll play a little bit more here. So after this, we got the Village Part 2. And the Village Part 2, I didn't even have to fully finish it either. I basically got to like the Stronghold level, which I think is like the 3rd level. And I already had all the points that I needed to S rank, and at that point I was just done. I was just like, all right, I'm done. I don't really need to play any more of this, so I literally just let the enemies kill me at that point. So yeah, I mean, looking back at this, in execution, this doesn't look that bad, but trust me, again, I'm just going to repeat it. This is a lot harder than normal mode. I mean, I'm pretty sure, as you guys could tell, I got lucky and got auto onslaught there. The enemies are a lot more bullet spongy on this difficulty and take a lot more to kill, and you go through your ammo a lot more. So I mean, there have been already like 1 or 2 instances where I've like completely run out of ammo. So you just have to be smart, and I would highly recommend checking out OptiNoob because, I mean, his videos are old, but he walks you through how to get like triple S rank. So if you're just going for the standard S rank and you watch his videos, then you can easily get these S ranks. After, you know, a certain amount of tries. So yeah, I mean, this section, the one thing I do like about the factory is it seems like there are way more enemies that are literally just like laying down, like prone, just waiting for you to like kill them, which is helpful, you know. I mean, it helps space out the section, but yeah. Man, 43 minutes in, dude. Jeez. I mean, this video has flown by a lot faster, thankfully. I'd rather be in Silent Hill. I'm just kidding, no. I'm going through a Silent Hill craze again now. I recently, literally like two days ago now, I rewatched the Silent Hill 2006 movie that came out that Christopher Gans made. The same guy who did Return to Silent Hill. I don't think I'm gonna watch Return to Silent Hill because everyone is saying it's like really freaking bad, you know, and everything I've seen looks very low production, low quality compared to the first movie, but I'm going to be honest, like, I saw the first Silent Hill movie around the time that it came out. I was 8 years old when I saw that movie, and, dude, that movie, like, disturbed the hell out of me, obviously. Seeing that as an 8-year-old, it disturbed the hell out of me. Especially that one fucking scene where Pyramid Head just, like, rips the skin off of that fucking like chick and just throws it at the main characters. Like that scene definitely was burned into my brain. as a younger kid. Um, but I never understood it, obviously, because I was too young and I didn't understand what was happening and everything. And I didn't have, like, the most insane impression with that movie. But when I rewatched it a couple days ago, I was so surprised at how much I enjoyed it. Like, it's not a perfect movie. There are things about it that are obviously kind of like funny. Like the acting is kind of hilarious in certain parts. Very wooden, but overall, like I thought it was actually done very well. Like it's not a very good adaptation of the first Silent Hill movie. It's kind of like its own story. Even though I haven't played the original Silent Hill, I still know for a fact that it doesn't follow that story to a T. It's kind of like its own thing that has its inspirations and all that, but damn it, everything else in that movie, bro, like the sound, the music, the production, like the sets, it just it just oozes Silent Hill, and I enjoyed the hell out of it rewatching it. What really impressed me the most about the movie is the fact that there's not a single jump scare in that entire movie, but yet it still manages to feel like super disturbing. You know, I have my issues with the wooden acting. I do think Pyramid Head is kind of you know, a random, useless addition. I mean, he has that one insane kill that I don't think I could ever unsee that, unfortunately. But, for the rest of the movie, Pyramid Head is like only in like one other scene, and it's like a suspenseful scene, but after that, like, he doesn't really serve any huge purpose in the plot. It just felt like they added him there because they're like, oh, it's Pyramid Head. People are going to go nuts when they see Pyramid Head. But aside from that, aside from the wooden acting and the super weird, the only other thing I didn't like about the movie was the weird ass editing. I don't know, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, who've seen the movie or have seen the movie recently, that movie has so many random fade to black transitions that just happen out of nowhere. Sometimes in the middle of scenes. Like a scene will start, and then before the scene continues, the movie will just randomly like fade to black, and then it'll fade back in, and then we'll continue with the scene like a commercial break. And it's like you're watching it and you're like, bro, what the fuck was that? Like, what kind of a transition was that? It just felt like a weird editing choice that I really didn't like that much. Aside from that, I was super invested in the story, finding out what was happening, and I like that they held off on the mystery of what was happening and didn't tell you right away. And it's a pretty lengthy, like, horror movie, It's literally like 2 hours. I had a good time rewatching it, and I'd recommend it for anyone who, is going through, Silent Hill again, who has Silent Hill fever like me. I mean, I always have Silent Hill fever. I'd recommend rewatching the movie. If you're just like up in arms about watching the new one, you're like, I don't really want to watch that, but I want to watch a Silent Hill movie. Watch the fucking 2006 one. Even if you saw it when it came out and you didn't like it back then, try watching it again. Because I was pleasantly surprised rewatching that movie again, like how good it actually was. I mean, some of the effects look a little bit questionable, but for the most part, like I said, the sets and everything were insane. I don't know where they shot that movie, but I even looked up the actual budget, and surprisingly, that movie had like a $50 million budget, which back in 2006, for a horror movie to have a $50 million budget is kind of rare, honestly. And it does show, like, on screen, like the detail and everything is just impressive, and it has like one of the most batshit insane final like third acts of a movie, man, or like of a video game adaptation that I've seen, to be completely honest. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I brought it up and I was going to mention it sooner, but something else kind of distracted me and I got off of the topic for a bit. But yeah, this is probably right here the easiest stage, I would say, in this in the Village 2 section. As you can see, I have not broken my combo at all yet, and you got plenty of open spaces here. And the next stage is where we're officially going to get the S rank, and I'm just going to give up and let the enemies kill me at a certain point, and we're going to get the Platinum Trophy, which is exciting. I put over 90 hours, according to my PS5, into this game, getting the Platinum. I don't know if it actually took me that long, but yeah, I mean, it sure fucking felt like it at times. But yeah, I think at this point we already have more than enough points to qualify for the S rank, but I just decided to do a little bit more killing. It's a video game, okay? I don't mean it like... Obviously, I don't mean it in real life, dude. What am I saying, bro? Like, I'm drinking a Monster right now, and I still feel fucking dead. This isn't even like a caffeinated Monster. It has 0 sugar in it, and I feel dead. But, yeah, I tried to, like, punch this guy repeatedly, and it didn't work out. But, yeah, we got, like, 3 minutes of this video left, so I've filled up all the space. I hope I've been helpful enough. I mean... what you guys are seeing on screen should already be helpful enough for most of you, but as long as you do your best to minimize the amount of ammo that you're using, get the finishing reload, and always use your onslaught whenever you have it, getting through these stages is a lot more manageable. Doing it with like Ethan and the other characters is a lot harder, by the way. I think I tried doing these stages with Ethan, but I only lasted I didn't even like make it through the full run. Basically, Chris is obviously the most OP character, so there's really no reason to not use him, especially if you're just trying to get the Platinum Trophy. I mean, that's really what it was. I was desperate to get the Platinum Trophy at this point because I had already put in all the time and I had like 1 trophy left, so I was just like, man, just give me the dang trophy. I've earned it at this point. That guy bitch slapped me with his fucking saw arm. But yeah, I'm getting... I don't know why it's so funny, like when you punch those guys and they fall backwards like that. Like the way they fall backwards is just... it's hilarious. It reminds me of like in like the OG like Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4, like Modern Warfare, like when you were playing the campaign and you would get those kills on the enemies and they would literally just like become like stiff and fall backwards like a fucking board. The same shit. I don't know why. This shit just looks goofy, But yeah, now we're heading into the stronghold and I'm pretty much like about to run out of my ammo, so I just give up completely, but it doesn't matter because like I've said a million times, we did it. We got the S rank and we pretty much already earned the Platinum. I just gotta like be done with this one way or the other. So I decided to just stand here and let the enemies finish me off, and they made pretty quick work of me. And once this is over, you guys are gonna see my score pop up. And I'm going to earn the Legendary Cowboy Trophy. And then immediately after, I'm going to get the Platinum Trophy. Very, very exciting. That's now 4 Resident Evil games where I've gotten the Platinum Trophy. And RE9 is going to make the 5th game, which is crazy. So, area results, we got, I think what do we get? We got the triple S rank still, and we didn't even finish it. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of my Mercenaries run. There's the Platinum Trophy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And next time on Resident Evil 8 Village, we will be doing the Shadows of Rose DLC. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.